That was so rad.
Or ratchet.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Ratchet.
Dude, dude.
Dude.
How are you?
Doing good.
I really don't care.
Everybody.
Continue,
Okay. So
I'm
anyway,
just
I'll talk to the listeners.
Dude, did I clip this time?
Yeah, you did.
Shut up.
I'll talk to the listeners. So in this episode, we have Rahsaan back on for part 2. You guys know how
Rahsaan Robinson.
You guys know how this thing works now.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
But we start off just with some gibberish about Redbird and how Moose goes out and gigs with Redbird. Yeah, they slay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm on that Irret 1, Irret 2. Irret.
And then we also talk about what led Rahsaan to MTSU and the experience that he had there.
In the South, boy.
In the South.
And on that note of school, what good comes from talking to professors about your future? Because I actually did the same thing when I was an undergrad, and it really helped.
I did as well, and I think if you're not talking to your professors,
like about not just class,
you tripping. No, you need to talk about life. That's what matters at the end of the day.
It's one of the reasons I stayed here was because of professor.
Yeah, and so inevitably, through talking with the professor, we dove into Rahsaan's next chapter, booking.
Yes, and that was
so
like kind of the
about
start. Well, it was the start of him booking.
The start of him booking was, he did MTSU Musical Mondays, and he did some house shows.
Yeah.
And then
kind of just took off because that man knows everybody under the sun.
Yeah, and then we hear about the creation of Nova Talent, which stemmed from Rahsaan's interest in booking.
Yeah.
And you'll get all the details on that and the
a little bit of the Nova story up until now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like what it took to build it, and all the different aspects that went into it, and then end up why he chose to do his own thing.
Yeah.
So that whole story unravels here on
Little Risk Big Fizz.
Yeah. And then the new shows at Hop Springs Brewery. He talks a lot about that, and if you're in Murfreesboro and you don't know what Hop Springs Brewery is,
look out for True Brew Thursday.
That's what's happening.
And shout out to our sponsors.
Scrum, buddy.
And Shaw Audio.
We love you guys.
Yeah.
And we love you listeners. Thanks for being here with us.
Peace.
I love you.
All they're doing is screaming.
All they're doing is screaming.
All they're doing is screaming.
Dude, they're so... Can we just... Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah. This is
good. Oh, man, that's funny.
Risque.
Money.
I mean, I promise as soon as I get some money, I'm going to get some diamond teeth. Thank you, boys.
Fucking red, dude.
Jesus.
It's my favorite sample, I think.
Is that red?
Yeah.
God,
dude, I should make some kind of trap beat and put that right before the drop.
Yep.
Thank you, boys.
Oh, man, that's
Get some
funny.
diamond teeth.
Man, shout out Redbird, man.
Shout out Redbird.
Shout out Redbird.
I got a show coming up with him.
Yeah, you do? Where at?
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Heck yeah.
I don't know, actually.
Yeah,
off
let
the
the
top of my
people
head.
Oh, hey. Yo, you just reminded me. Speaking
What's
of
up?
which, dude, one of the beer tenders
You
at
got a show
Hop
for me to
Springs.
play, dude?
No, yeah, one of the beer tenders at Hop Springs. They want you to come back on a Sunday. Like when I was just at earlier.
Yeah.
It's like not like an open mic night, but it's like a jam day. It's hard to explain, but like
Okay.
they loved y'all. They want y'all to come back on a Sunday.
That's awesome.
I want y'all to come back on a Thursday when it's like packed. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
for real.
Red.
25th.
Yeah.
The 25th.
At Riding Hour. April 25th at Riding Hour.
Oh, I thought you meant like tomorrow. I'm like,
Yeah,
huh? Like, whoa, like, because today's the 24th.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, that's basically how me and Red operate. He's like, you want to play a show? I'm like, holla at your boy.
Yep.
I'm free. Sometimes I'm not free, but when
Yep.
I am free, I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Always, man.
Oh, shit. So, speaking of that, which you booked us, was it last week?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, by the way.
No, thank y'all for coming out, man.
Dude, it was fun. It was a
Yeah.
good time. So let's go back to the beginning of your booking, because that's what we were just talking about
Yep.
on
Yeah.
the break, is
Yep,
that we
yep.
haven't talked about that yet.
Yep.
So basically, we did get from, where you got into music,
Mhm.
because we always like to take this path back, and I just want to
Yeah.
make sure we don't miss anything.
Yeah.
important,
There is
really.
one thing
then ask. Yeah, let's
there
do
is
that.
one
Let's do
thing
it.
that I would like to ask before we get into booking, and we can get into booking immediately after that.
Yeah, totally.
I'm just curious. Your mom being in music business, your whole life.
Yeah.
What led you to MTSU? Was this a school that she had found, or did you do the research? And
funny story. So, basically, with everywhere that I've been living in my life, I like the South. You know what I'm saying? The South to me is very chill, very genuine. You know, everybody that meets everybody is always
very
friendly,
genuine.
very genuine. Everybody that meets everybody, like, you don't take things at face value. Like, everybody is genuine. Everybody is, there's some way for people to look out for everybody.
Yeah.
Without like
There's
being
a little camaraderie.
Yeah. And at the same time, there's also enough space in people's lives. Where, You know what I'm saying? So, it's not like New York where everybody's like,
on top of each other.
Yeah, and assholes about it too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then it's not like out west.
I've
where
never
it's a little,
been there. I can't imagine.
Jesus, dude. Oh my God.
I've been out west only once, but
But before I don't want to get off on a tangent. When you call a pizza joint, right? When you call like Papa John's, how do they normally answer the phone? Just straight up.
Hi, Papa John's. Can I take your order?
Yeah, right. In New York, I called a pizza joint.
What do you want?
No, straight up. It was just he said the name. It was like just for sake of argument, say I didn't remember it. Let's say it was Maggiano's or something, right?
Okay.
He goes Maggiano's, and I'm like, what? He goes, what do you want? And I'm like, wow, yeah. Let me get a. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, damn,
hold
son.
on, startling.
I'm
like
thinking-
y'all have
I'm-
no time for anybody.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm thinking like thank you for calling so and so. How can I help you? Or some, not even that as peppy, but just a sentence or something like that.
Yeah.
And then when he told me the
customer
total
service.
then he was like, all right, 12:47, it'll be ready in 15. And I'm like, shit, all right, thanks,
That's
man.
it.
Whatever. Like, yeah, man, I don't know, but
what an experience. You're like, damn, I'm kind of scared to even go get my
Yeah,
pizza.
dude, I'm like,
did they even get that?
I'm like, do y'all dead ass want me to go? Like for real? And then I'm scared if they get it wrong. I'm scared to say something because then they gonna clap my ass back or something. I don't know. But no, dude, you know what I'm saying? But but so when it came to coming to MTSU, I was looking at a bunch of different schools, Miami being one of them, USC, Southern California, and I found MTSU through so I'm trying to think where it started. My father is a pastor, right? And he was bouncing from church to church, just trying to find like a home church to really like settle down at. And we found a church called The Rock, right? And these people were performing at The Rock, this like Christian band, whatever, something or other. And one of the guys that performed there, he had mentioned that, I have a really good buddy of mine that went to MTSU for music business. Now he has a job, wherever else. And my mom was like, oh, we'll check it out. So, we checked it out and I fell in love. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just fell in love with the program. I fell in love with the campus. I was like, yo, this is genuinely a school that I feel like I'll be able to go to. Because I went to Miami and it was beautiful, but holy shit, I wouldn't be able to focus. Not at all. They have literally a pool and a tanning area in the middle of the campus. You know what they call Miami out there? Tan U. Straight up. They call it Tan U because literally all they do out there is just party. You know what I'm saying? And I love partying with the next guy, but but sometimes I need to just reel it back in, and I need to,
focus, And
how hard as hell is it gonna be when I'm in the library?
Dude, that's mature shit.
Yeah, how hard would I?
I mean, you had the opportunity to go, right?
Yeah, I did.
So it's like not like that's a mature decision because how old were you?
I was looking at schools. I was 17, 16.
Dude, if I was 17 looking at that, I'm like, I'm going there, dude. I'm going there.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, my thing
I definitely would have.
Yeah, the big thing about it was that, I was just thinking like, dude, what the hell am I going to do if I'm in the library and then I look over and I see this girl that I've been trying to mac on in math class laying in a bikini in the pool in the middle of campus. I'm literally going to be like, screw the library and go over there.
Yeah.
And then I'm a failure.
You're just asking people not to study.
Yeah, no, seriously, man. It is.
I put that in the middle of the campus. Like, do you want us to do anything at all?
Yeah, precisely. And then, with academic common market and, just financial stuff, it just made more sense to come to MTSU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so you made the right choice.
Yes, absolutely. MTSU is literally my God, their program there, it literally, like a lot of different programs, they give you the know-how and the knowledge and you can regurgitate that and maybe you'll be all right. But literally you go to MTSU and they put you in the position. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The whole reason why I got into booking, which we're about to touch upon in a second, the whole reason why I got into booking is because one of my professors literally encouraged me to come visit her during her office hours because she could tell I was conflicted. She didn't know. Yeah. She could tell that I had no real idea.
She knew that you didn't know what to do.
Yeah, she knew exactly. So she just told me, what do you consider yourself being good at? And I'm like,
Can I ask who it was? Do you mind?
It was Deborah Wagner, actually.
Yeah, entertainment lawyer.
Yep, entertainment lawyer. Yep.
That's what's up.
Yep, I remember I went to her office hours and I talked to her and I was like, my original plan when I came here was to be like you, but you are a genius and you make me feel like an idiot. Seriously, with all your if you've taken her,
she's the only woman I've ever met in my life.
Yep.
That really one of the only people I've ever met in my life. I think the only person I've ever met in my life. The first time I talked to her, my hands started sweating.
Yeah.
I was like, my whole body kind of started sweating a little bit, but mostly my hands. And I was like, yeah, you do make me feel like an ant.
The woman is a genius. I've never encountered anybody with that much knowledge and know-how and expertise in her craft. Like, holy shit, she literally is a genius. And I remember just sitting in every one of her classes. I literally would have to I remember I had to take her on Tuesdays and Thursdays because Thursday was she was my last class, and I remember I'm immediately like, fuck this, I gotta get a beer. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I was just so blown away, man.
He scheduled it the right way.
Yeah, exactly. I just needed to
You knew what was coming.
Man, I had to loosen up. I was like, holy smokes, this woman is freaking incredible.
Yeah.
But I talked to her, and she was the one that, straight up encouraged me to, you should definitely do this. And what really pushed that forward was one of her projects. It was my God, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it related to me coordinating a signature event, right?
Yeah.
It was actually international entertainment transactions. That was the class. And the project was, like I said, to come up with a signature event in another country. How would you go about, scheduling it? How would you go about planning it?
Like some type of festival or something?
Yeah, X, Y, and Z. It could be a festival. It could be anything, right? I did a festival. Okay. I think mine was like a festival in Germany or something, and I did some German cool-ass name for it. And I was planning, who would, just all this event coordination stuff. And she heard how I was talking in the middle of the class because, if you had her, you had to present in front of the class.
Yeah.
And I presented in front of the class, and literally she graded it, and she gave me a 100 for it, and she literally was like, come to my office. I want to talk about this more.
She doesn't give 100s.
Yeah, she doesn't ever give 100s.
She'll give a 99.
She'll give them 99s, boy.
Yeah, she
would. Because who else got one of those 99s?
Yep.
Let me get it. Come on.
What I'm saying?
I got one of them 99s.
Yeah.
I was like, she don't want to give 100. So good for you for getting 100.
Absolutely, man.
That's what's up,
dude.
That's what's
up. No,
up.
because I never made a 100 in class.
She's tough.
I never made a 100.
Yeah.
And the only reason why she's told me this straight up. She's like, before you say whatever, I never give 100 straight up. And I'm like, I feel honored, whatever.
Yeah.
But she told me the reason why she gave me 100 is because she genuinely feels like that within many years down the road, with enough luck, with
experience.
enough experience and enough,
discipline,
drive and discipline, that I maybe could fuck around and do something like this.
Yeah.
And she told me right now at the moment, you need to figure out a way to implement this into doing something local, right? Now here I am being in college, I'm throwing house parties like the next guy, whatever. And they were fun, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody came out, everything was fun, So I literally just decided to kind of flip that and make it my thing, and that's what I felt like I was good at. That's what I had a damn good time doing. And so from there, and this kind of leads back to what you're about to say, what you're about to ask me about booking. From there, that's kind of how I got into it.
Dude.
I had no idea, and literally, that's kind of how I got into it. Was really just from seeing how I was with people.
So she highly encouraged that.
She really pushed.
Yeah,
the
you're
envelope
definitely
on
a people
that,
person. That's a fact.
She pushed the envelope on that, man. For real, But literally, from there, I just decided how exactly can I implement this into my
business model,
into a business model, into my career. How can I make what I'm good at as a human being, what makes Rahsaan who he is, how can I make that out of a living? Because if I can flip that and make some dollars out of it, this ain't work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
So, luckily for me, I've been working at Puckett's for 2 years. Still currently work there. I'm a server there. And I talked to my GM, and, I talked to her about, possibly throwing a show here, during the week. And she was like, what kind of show? And I'm thinking like, well,
because they have a stage.
Yeah, they have that huge stage.
What kind of events did they have before?
They just same stuff, they'd have shows there. It'd be either writers rounds or, a solo artist would come up there. Book. Yeah, exactly. And what made it easier for me was because, like, dude, I had class with Stryker. I had classes with Red. You know what I'm saying? I had, all these people that I knew that I already knew. Like I could just call them up if I was just, if I just sat down and was like, all right, let me go through my phone book.
Yeah.
I know exactly, or even my class lists, you know, social media.
Yeah.
Let me look up exactly who I know.
Because, like I said, you're a people person. I mean, that's one of the main things
Yeah,
that we've
exactly.
noticed. So it's like that you already know a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Just for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Like, when you have class with them, you pass them and, like their shoes or something.
For some odd reason, yeah. And the first 3 people that I actually got up there to perform was actually Wesley Davis, Lindsey Will, and Luke Klingsmith, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Those 3. Yep. Got those 3 up there. They were the first people ever to do the very first Music Monday show, which is, to me, the very first show that I put on. It's it's MTSU Music Mondays, right?
Yeah.
And what I decided to play off of was the fact that they are all affiliated in some shape or form with MTSU, whether they're in the program, whether they're an aviation major, but they happen to rock a guitar and rock a mic.
Okay, so you had a big choice of people to.
Yeah.
What was your minor?
Minor is management.
Okay.
Minor's management.
So you knew a few people from the business side of college
exactly.
and stuff like
Yeah,
that too.
and then,
so people that are just everywhere, kind of.
Yeah, and then just from being Greek and then just going to the parties
Yeah.
and bars and shit, I ran into everybody. You know what I'm saying? And then, once this became like a signature thing, people just started hitting me up on their own accord, just being like, hey, can I get some action? Can I get some action? Because one big thing that I really, take pride in with the Puckett shows is that Puckett's as a venue is a very comfortable venue. You know what I'm saying?
Comfortable.
It's a very comfortable venue to perform in. So when you have a freshman that comes in from Idaho or something, and they sing themselves, and they're pretty damn good at it. However, they do not know how to go about performing live, or they don't, they've never done it in Murfreesboro. Hell, they've probably never done it in general, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
How easy is it for her to hit me up? And me personally, I don't bite. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can holler at me as long as, like, the music fits the mold. I'm good. Get up here. Whatever. How easy is it for her to hit me up, being like, hey, I am a student at MTSU. I'm a music business major, singer-songwriter major, whatever. And she hits me up saying, like, hey, I'd love to perform one time. All right, send me, a recording or something, send me that and we'll get you up here. And from there, I've had people that literally have never performed before that performed at Puckett's for the first time, and they kill it, which makes it easier for me because the program, it is what it is. You can't just be some gumshoe coming in here. Like, we're people. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you come to MTSU for music, bro, like you're
getting some good people.
You're getting some great.
That is one
people.
thing that
And I
was
still
smart
feel
on
like
your
it's very
part too.
untapped.
Did you think about that before you came to school here? Like, what could be in the area? Because I didn't even put 2 and 2 together until I got here, dude.
I didn't necessarily put 2 and 2 together either.
It's a gold mine right now.
It is. And
it is a gold mine.
And as soon as I recognized that, I honestly swear to God just said screw it, and I hit the ground running because I'm like, dude, no one's doing it, and it's kind of
no
like
one is doing it.
And it's kind of like that mentality.
They are a little here and there, but
and it's kind of like that mentality where I was just thinking, like, the worst they can do is just say no,
Yeah.
And then even if they do say no and they see that, Puckett's is generating more business on a Monday because they got live music, and then the brewery over at Hop Springs or whatever, they're, getting a good trickle of people coming in now. What's going to stop a business from being like, oh, wow, maybe I should have done it? And then they do contact me, and then I start throwing over there, Stuff like that.
Yep.
But, yeah, that's kind of the direction I went in. I actually started something in the very beginning that, honestly, I thank God every day that my bad.
No, you're good.
I thank God every day that I actually had this experience. So y'all have heard of Nova Talent Agency before, right?
Yes, yeah.
And shout out to those guys because they're doing some really good stuff in Nashville. A lot of EDM concerts. They're doing their thing.
They booked Red and I at Tin Roof.
they had y'all up at Tin Roof in Nashville, which, by the way, I heard y'all killed. Whatever.
Thank you.
So that's great. Yeah, for sure. But, they're doing their thing. But that was something that I had originally started, right?
Yeah.
And me personally, and when I say this,
it was like so when you started booking shows and like noticing that your house parties were turning into something that you could do that at, is that where you started at? Was house parties, or did you start at Puckett?
I started at house parties.
Then it went to Puckett's, and then you made Nova.
Yep.
So you created Nova after you started doing Puckett stuff.
Yeah.
Or was it at the same time?
It was either at the same time or immediately following.
But that's your thing.
That was my thing.
Okay, and it was just you.
Yeah, during the time it was just me. I came up with it with 2 of my roommates, that I was living with. One of which being a DJ, the other of which being a singer-songwriter. And
do I know them?
Yeah, the DJ is Kyle Shortman, and the
I know Kyle Shortman. Yeah.
Yeah, and the singer-songwriter is Nick.
Also know Nick. Yeah.
Jace Ariana.
Yes.
Yeah, Yeah, I came up with it with them because as far as the parties went, Kyle and I always kind of bounced off each other with ideas of how to make the party like really, really separate from everybody else throwing parties out here.
And
like
it was him and who?
Him and Nick.
Nick
Vanderwalker.
Okay, yeah.
And Kyle and I, we bounced off each other about, he ended up buying lights for his speakers. You know what I'm saying? I ended up, we just all had these ideas as far as like planning parties went. When I found out I fell in love with it, that's when I wanted to put a name on it and figure out, how to make it shake.
Because, like, there's small things that you can do to add to that. Like you said, like lights or, like, some speakers or having a DJ or having a couple DJs.
Because, in my opinion,
having some people playing keys.
Because, in my opinion, there's a DJ and then there's a guy that plugs his phone in and plays music. You know what I'm saying?
Different things.
There's two totally different things.
100%.
When you have an actual DJ at a party,
it's lit.
It's lit.
Because
you're not worried about them.
Hype.
You're not worried about those random breaks between songs. Like, it's a smooth transition.
I didn't even really
song.
think about that.
Dude, no,
like,
and this is from somebody that went to parties like
honest.
up and down almost every weekend, whilst my younger years in college, right? When I tell you it was the most annoying thing for me to be in the middle of a party when a song's playing. Imagine hearing No Hands by Waka, right? And everybody's hype and whatever. And then that little break at the very end is playing, and it's more mellow than the actual song, and you're just kind of like, oh, what do we do now?
Yeah.
And then it
what do we do
ends.
with our hands?
And then it ends, and then you're just kind of like,
what's next?
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's literally just silence.
I don't know what's next. I might have to hit next.
Exactly.
Are we on shuffle or what?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my God.
Right.
And it's just it's so damn embarrassing to me. So I'm thinking like, yo, get a DJ in there that's playing it smooth all the way through and can, make that smooth transition. You know what I'm talking about.
I thought about that,
Keep
of
it
course,
going,
with like clubs and stuff.
Yeah.
But I just didn't think about that as far as house parties go. You know what I mean? Because
It's a
usually
whole-
house parties are like 9 times out of 10, I mean, they're lit.
Yeah.
But you have a DJ and there's nothing stopping like that. That little extra energy that you can add.
Yeah.
Makes it.
It's all worth it. Yeah. It makes the difference between.
Plus, DJs because you're here. Like you knew.
Yeah, we had Kyle, and then Cameron Teal. He was doing his thing.
Jabroni. Does he still go by Jabroni?
Yeah, he goes by Jabroni.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to say Jabroni.
Have to say Jabroni.
Shout out Jabroni.
Shout out to that
today.
guy. He's you did. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're doing a little like possible. Like we're pitching songs that we're gonna make for the next 2 weeks for sync licenses.
Hey,
Austin Sawyer. I'm doing it with Austin Sawyer.
Hey, okay.
Yeah.
Shout out Austin.
So, and then I saw Jabroni, and he's producing for someone in there too.
Oh,
so,
okay. Yeah, Jabroni, he's the man, bro. He's a very talented individual. Oh my gosh.
I love watching him play.
Yeah, definitely.
I saw him at your house party. I think right across the street, across the street from the stadium.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was it. Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, the floor.
Hey, that was a good night.
Hey, the floor was flexing.
Oh yeah.
The floor was flexing, and so was that gas.
Yep. The floor was flexing,
dude,
bro.
you remember that? Was that house?
That was that house, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that dude.
Yep.
Okay, that got real scary real quick.
That was my house. Yep.
Damn, I didn't know that was your house.
Yep, that was my house. Yep. But
lit.
but that helps because now you see how lit those got. You know what I'm saying?
Those were lit.
But yeah,
the floor was like.
Yep.
Like I was like,
Yep.
But
when I decided to kind of not only put a name to it, but you just mentioned that the floor is going to break. Yeah, maybe I want to go to a venue and do this shit somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So, because at the end of the day,
it's getting too crazy.
At the end of the day, that's where you're.
Yeah, that's where I live, and the fact that I'm glad it was getting that lit, but holy smokes, I'd rather do this at a venue where I don't have to worry about cops, I don't have to worry about
liabilities.
Whatever. So originally, I wanted to do it more so to throw bigger parties or bangers somewhere else, right?
Right.
But then I remember, a lot of singer-songwriters hit me up, hit me like, where, is there anywhere we can perform? Like, da-da-da. And that's where the whole Puckett's idea became a thing because I just remember a lot of different people just kind of asked me, why don't y'all have music during the week? And I honestly had no answer for them, There was no reason. So
everybody thinks weekend, but the week.
What about the week, man? Especially during the summer.
If you're consistent.
Exactly.
People know about it. Yeah.
Exactly. So, I decided to do a Monday night show, and we came up with the, MTSU Music Monday slogan for it.
Yeah.
Keeping that, the M's going on. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, we
that
had
alliteration.
Yeah, that alliteration. Yeah.
Yeah.
But literally, we had the, we got that going, and next thing you know, all these singer-songwriters are coming in. We had a couple bands come in, and dude, it was fire. And what made it genuine is that they were all students. All MTSU students. All had some type of affiliation, whether you were
gaining
a graduate,
gaining experience,
gaining more composure if you're still building on yourself, and it just worked out. And then from there, the city really started to kind of take notice to people throwing shows, After that, I was able to close something with Buffalo Wild Wings. We're doing some over there.
Yeah.
And then Fuzzy's Taco Shop. So as a group, as a group.
Oh shit! I didn't even know about those.
Yeah.
Maybe I heard about B-Dubs, but
yeah. Was that Wednesdays?
B-Dubs was Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Yep, and then Fuzzy's was Sundays, right? So as a group, as Nova, things were kicking in gear. But the one thing that I learned that, again, I thank God for every day, and this is no knock to anyone in Nova right now. They're doing their thing. You had a great opportunity to perform at Tin Roof. I know you're hearing about their EDM shows. Like, they're doing their thing. You know what I mean? So no knock to them whatsoever. However, when I really, in hindsight, kind of looked at what was going on, it became less fun for me. Something happened that just, it kind of turned more into a chore to deal with than it was, fun, And a piece of it was just letting way too many people, I guess, kind of into the mix, that it kind of turned into a too many cooks in the kitchen type deal. Okay. And everybody.
So you had to get verification from too many people for things to happen.
For something that I wanted to do. Like, this was something that was supposed to be my idea. Why am I consulting people to do it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So from there,
was it not that everyone had a place?
It was more.
Or is kind of everybody was kind of doing the same thing ish? Like kind of crossing out, you know what I'm saying? Since there was no structure, kind of.
If it makes any sense, it was almost kind of both, and I'll explain. Because a lot of us, we were all good at what we did. You know what I'm saying? Right. But then we just wanted to headline different things going on, and get involved in damn near everything. But there were some things that I didn't want to do, and there were some things that I wanted to do that they didn't want to do, and we never did. You know what I'm saying? When this is something that I came up with, I'm doing whatever the hell I want to do. You know what I'm saying? If I want to make the flyer this way, it's my rodeo. I'm making it this way, If you have an issue with it, ta-ta, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bye, whatever.
Yeah.
But, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that because, they were my friends during the time, So with that being said, I just kind of thought about it, and I did a lot of, soul searching and a lot of deliberation between different people. And I just kind of decided at the end of the day that it would just be a lot better if I just kind of pursued this on my own,
Yeah.
Like, this is
See
something
what you can do by yourself.
Yeah.
Because at first you were probably excited, and then asking hey, that'd be like me living with Dusty and starting to do it, and then be like, hey, getting him excited about it, and then and then I'm like, hey, what do you think about this? And then it becomes both of you are doing it, and then all three of you are doing it, and then
now everybody.
And then when it starts to get success, that's when you should have decided if you wanted other people doing it with you or not. But it does. Would you argue that it did help you having those other people to get that experience?
Yeah, no, dude, I learned so much from them. I learned so much from my own mistakes. That entire chapter I wouldn't get rid of in the world. You know what I'm saying? I learned so much just off the strength of them being there and just seeing things that they did that, maybe I didn't agree with, or them seeing things that I did that they didn't agree with, that I didn't understand why they didn't agree with. And maybe
now
it was
maybe.
Yeah, and and maybe it's a compatibility thing. Maybe it's we weren't supposed to, do this together type thing.
Right.
But, at the end of the day, like I said, I thank God every day that I did go through that, because if it taught me anything, it taught me that I need to be more confident in my own capabilities, because the whole reason I did bring a lot of people on was because I was scared. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
I was scared because
naturally,
Yeah, I was scared because I didn't know how I could do this on my own. That this was going to blow up.
You didn't know how the machine worked yet.
Yeah, I didn't know the cogs in my own clock. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know exactly. I didn't know what to do. You know what I mean? I thought I needed all these people to help me out, and it kind of turned into more so of a power trip for me, being like, oh yeah, I can bring this person on and that person on, and I feel like the fucking head honcho, but in reality, we're really not even making much money, And then when we are making money, if I'm throwing a show, it would make so much more sense if I'm throwing a show and there's maybe just a dollar sign amount in the air, like a $300 buyout or something, right?
Yeah.
And or not buyout, but they're paying me to host a show.
Yeah.
And I bring, singer-songwriters in, 3 people in for a round. And I could give them something plus tips, and I only walk away with $50, something like that. It would be fine for one person to make $50.
But when you're splitting that
between 5 people, I'm making $10 a show. Yeah, that's no. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna fly. So the dollar sign amount, that's one thing, obviously it's not going to be $300. It's going to be whatever, especially the bigger the show that it's going to be. And with the opportunity with Hop Springs, you know, if I do end up making any money with that, because it's in talks, but I don't even want to, you know, get into that right now.
Right.
But if I do end up being able to make a monetary amount, and I do get to pay the people that I have bringing in, like the sound guy, you know, y'all, you know, when y'all perform, whoever.
You actually know how the machine works,
Yes.
and you know that like some people are just like work for hire.
Exactly.
And you can get that done. Like you could hit up Dusty and get a flyer made
Yep.
if you can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you figure out how to do it and you start using Photoshop, you
And
can
I'm
kind of
alright.
do it for yourself.
But if I hit up Dusty, I can pay him the one time that I need
Boom,
him.
that's what
and
I
then
meant.
I'm all right, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
Because
you
you
want to
gotta-
use someone else the next time. You call
Because in
someone else
order
up.
to make money, you got to spend money. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works every time. But like you said, exactly. If I had to bring on a whole character to make flyers every time I need a flyer, and I'm standing over his shoulder the entire time, and I start to learn how to make a flyer, why the hell do I need him anymore?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. That's literally the whole. What's the phrase? You give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. You teach him how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. Why would you teach me how to fish and you still fucking sticking around? Like, I'm good, man. You can bounce. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all good. Like,
Yeah.
But like I said, whatever I'm saying here is no disrespect to anyone involved with Nova, and I'm not discouraging anybody to get with Nova, because it's not like they're doing anything bad. They're not doing anything wrong. They're doing exactly what they want to do.
Yeah.
I'm just doing exactly what I want to do, and I'm more happy. I'm having more
Fair.
fun
I mean,
with
that's
it.
fair.
I literally can go and talk to whoever the fuck I want to talk to, and I don't have to, you know, check in with nobody like a damn PO. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's my show. You know what I'm saying? Because I can already tell you.
But that also means way more work for you.
Which, you know.
So as long as you're willing, I
yeah.
mean, obviously you booked us. I mean, I don't know, like you said, this is another place you're going to start out and see how stuff goes. But
yeah,
I mean, you
also,
know how it works now.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
Also, it could be that you're doing essentially the same amount of work, just not with all of the workarounds.
Yeah,
you know?
and no knock to them, because they did work. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody played their part during the time, whenever they needed to. But like you
just
said,
didn't need that many people to make it work.
Exactly. And not to mention, like, you know, Nova is still a small thing. I'm still a small person. I don't need a lot going into something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I need like a little flyer made on one of them stupid ass apps on, you know, fucking on an iPhone or whatever.
Yeah.
All I need to do is make a flyer on that thing. All I need to do is, you know, call Red, be like, hey, you know, you want to perform a house break? Yeah, totally. All right, man, you know, get your band together, you know, whatever. The sound guy that was there, you know, good friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these things, I don't need a big corporation to throw something as little as it is right now.
Right.
Once it starts getting bigger,
that's
then I
when,
can really, you know, figure out exactly.
Then you know who you need to hire.
Yeah, because if there's any piece of advice that I heard during this entire fiasco, was that when you have so much on your plate that you're kind of forcing yourself that you're going to need help, that's when you should go and look for help. Otherwise, if it's doable, get off your ass and do it.
Yeah.
It's kind of what it is, you know?
Yeah, even if you have to learn a new skill. Or,
yeah, if the work is doable for one person, then it's all good, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like I said, man, you know, it was all a learning experience, and I honestly am so happy at the point in my life that I'm at, you know, throwing shows at Puckett still.
And that's what matters.
Yeah.
If you're happy...
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
And, you know, you saw the brewery the other night. The potential is there, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's going to be that's going to be the staple show. And then I know from there, like, you know, money talks. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When people see that, you know, people are coming into the brewery and, you know, they're buying all these, you know, they're buying beer there and they're, you know, buying the food and, you know, money is being spent on the brewery, other businesses will notice and they're going to be like,
hey, we need that money too. What can you bring us?
Yeah, what are they doing over there? And that's when people are going to hit me up and they're going to be like, you know, I see what you're doing at the brewery. I see what you're doing at Puckett's. We'd like to implement something there. You know?
Because you're still doing Puckett's too.
Exactly, yeah. Still doing Puckett's, still doing, you know, the brewery. I got some other, you know, venues that I'm in talks with right now that I'll more so reveal as, you know, time goes on.
Right.
You don't got nothing you want to tell us? You got nothing you want to tell us?
Yeah, right.
I'm trying to let you in on that secret,
man,
boy.
Man, I'll tell you off the record. No, I'm kidding, but literally, man. But, you know, I've got so many different opportunities that are coming up, and I'm excited because this is literally me, you know.
It's kind of a reset button for everything that you were doing for a little while.
What I'm saying.
Hey, man.
Precisely. But nah, man, I'm excited. You know, the future is looking bright. And all the artists that, you know, usually work with me that come and perform, everybody seems satisfied. They look like they're having a good time up there. I'm having a good time watching them. So it's all good. And, and everybody that attends these events, man, they love the music. They love the atmospheres.
Is the one that we played the first one?
That was the very first one.
So, I mean, dude, it's got nowhere to go but up from here.
Exactly. That was
because that was fun, and that was just the first one. So
yeah, exactly, man. And and what makes it even better, and what really is a huge stress reliever to me, is that the staff at Hop Springs, they have this mentality that Rome wasn't built in a day. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
The GM, Dave Winkler, shout out him, man. He is probably one of the craziest people that I've ever met, but this dude is so genuine and so real. but he's patient, you know what I'm saying? And the staff is patient. And,
dude,
and they're
huge.
aware, and he knows that, like,
when you want any type of venue at all to like invest in that type of stuff,
you have to actually invest
and it's also new.
Yeah.
It's also new.
The venue itself is new. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are still keying in on that. During the break, someone was just hitting my phone talking about, because I was just over at Hop Springs earlier today, and I was over there, just kind of drinking and kind of just game planning whatever could happen, and I took a video just showing everybody, this is the brewery going on, whatever. And people are sliding up on my stories like, yo, where is this place? And I'm telling them, this is Hop Springs. It's a dope little venue. But that's my point. A lot of people don't know what it is yet.
I had no idea.
Yeah, no one does. It's
dude, it's gonna be
so
dope in the
but
summer.
Will. Oh my gosh,
I can't
dude.
wait till they get the disc golf course made.
Yeah.
They designed a disc golf course outside.
A 12-hole disc golf course, man. Yep.
It's on some nice land, and it's back off the road, and it's just far out. What road is that?
John Bragg. It's off John
Yeah,
Bragg.
Yeah.
So it's just far
maybe
out
3 or 4
enough.
miles
Is that
off John Bragg.
82?
Yeah. Maybe.
Off of 24? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, off 24? Yeah.
I don't know.
82B, yeah.
Country
So if
boy.
y'all are trying to find John Bragg,
The easiest way to
Skip
get
it.
Yep. The easiest way to get to John Bragg, in my opinion, would be off of South Rutherford.
Yeah.
To get over to the brewery.
And you bust that left if you're coming from the school.
Yep, come from the school, bust that
right
left.
next to the no, is it the king? No,
The
it's
who?
not a
Is
kangaroo.
it
It's
a Tiger Market?
It's a Circle K.
Oh, Circle
It's
K.
Circle
yeah,
K.
the
New one.
new gas
Is it
station,
open yet?
I want to say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, they built
maybe.
that thing fast.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
And it's large.
Yeah, huge. But yeah, you make a left off that, and you should be passing that Circle K. It'll be on your right, and you'll see like the back area of Walmart, like kind of in the horizon. And then you just drive maybe like 3 to 4 miles down, and then it's gonna be on your right.
Yeah, when
You'll
I
see
was
a
driving
sign.
there, I was like, "What the
Yeah,
hell?"
you'll see
And then
it.
it's like, you go down this gravel path.
Yep, go up the
it
gravel
says,
path.
Stay on gravel.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, here's this big
Huge country club looking brewery, man. It's
and at
No
night, it
shit.
looks cool because
Oh, yeah.
you can see the breweries lit up.
Yep.
So, and it's got glass windows, and you can see it.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Dude, it's literally, it looks like a manor hall, dude. It's insane. It's
really
so
nice.
gorgeous, yeah.
That's awesome.
But nah, man, it's gonna be the spot. It's gonna be the spot, and
I hate that it's on the other side of town. It takes like 25 minutes from here.
Oh yeah, it is. It is a hot. It is a
Dude,
little
it's a
drive
hot
for you,
minute
man,
from here.
It is a little drive for you. But nah, man, I'll tell you that's
gonna be
it's gonna
fun.
the
So
spot, yeah.
every what? So
So
let
that's gonna
everybody
be-
know like when those shows are,
Yeah,
what you plan on doing with that.
So the MTSU Music Monday shows, that's Puckett's and Murfreesboro on the square.
On the square, yeah.
You just go.
Great food, by the way.
Great food, Southern comfort food, fried chicken, barbecue.
And can I ask a quick question? I was in Franklin.
No, Dusty.
I was at no. I was in
It's
Franklin.
your podcast. You can't ask.
I was in Franklin.
You're in Franklin.
Is that where the original Puckett's?
No, so the original was actually Leaper's Fork, and then it eventually turned into Puckett's. I want to say that was in Columbia,
Okay.
but Franklin was one of the first like newly opened. It was just Puckett's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the first one was Leaper's Fork technically, but however, so technically Franklin would be the first Puckett's. Yeah, now I'm doing the math on that. But yeah, you got
It's cool. It's Puckett's Grocery, so it's like
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why
Before
is
it was just-
was it a grocery store?
So it's kind of both. It's
Yeah.
a restaurant and a grocery store.
Is it
so-
really? Is the one in Murfreesboro?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
it?
Yeah, you can go into the one in Murfreesboro, and any of our any of the sauces over there, any of the ketchup that they use,
that's awesome.
anything in there has a price, honestly, on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, can I buy this?
Yeah, right. I'm telling you, man, that if the price is right, you can
I'm gonna
get it,
go
man.
in there the next time and ask for the napkin holder.
Dude,
So,
I'm
can I
telling
buy
you.
this?
I'm telling you, bro. There's like 20.
Can I buy a menu?
Yeah, right. I'm telling you, price is on
Trying
it,
to
bro.
order on Postmates.
Yeah, right. But literally, so MTSU Music Mondays, that's going to be at Puckett's Grocery on the square in Murfreesboro. That is every Monday night. It starts at 6:30, ends at 8, roughly around 8. That'll be one round. Usually it's going to be either 3 or 4 singer-songwriters, or they usually have a band in there. They usually rock the house pretty good.
Yeah.
They have a band?
Yep.
Okay.
Usually have a band coming in, student-led bands, whatever.
Yeah.
That's more acoustic, though, so that's more mellow, kind of. The brewery, though, is your style. You know what I'm saying? The brewery is where y'all rock out.
Yeah, that's
But, if you need any specific directions, if you're coming from the school, you'll go up East Main Street, and then you're going to go straight to the square. You can only go right. If you go left, you're going into traffic, and you will die. But anyway, but if you go right, there's going to be a one-way. You'll be on the square. As soon as you make that right, it is right there. You're going to see a big blue Puckett sign, has the handles of guitars on the end. You can't miss it.
Yeah.
But that's every Monday night, 6:30 to 8. Come out for that, and then you've got the True Brew Thursday shows. That's at Hop Springs Brewery.
I love it. I love it.
True Brew Thursday.
Who came up with that?
I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
I love it.
Did you?
Me
Okay,
me and Dave Winkler. Yep,
that's nice.
Yep, met with him maybe about a week or so after I first went to the brewery to check it out, and we just had a couple beers, and we were just game planning, just figuring out exactly what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
What type of acts we're gonna have in there. X, Y, and Z. The business jargon.
Yeah.
And we came up with True Brew Thursday, so that's gonna be every Thursday night. That's gonna be 9 to 11.
Every Thursday.
Every Thursday. Yep. Going into the summer.
Consistent.
Yep. And you're gonna have some of your favorite local acts, whether it's gonna be writers' rounds, bands. I got Anthony Pants coming in next week, actually.
Ooh.
Nice.
That's gonna be dope. Yep. Anthony Pantalina, aka Nice Music Pants, aka Pants. Anything Pantalones. That's him. He'll be coming in. Kyle Elliott's gonna be opening up for him, so that's gonna be really good.
Dope.
I'm trying to explore more genres in that.
Definitely.
Brewery in particular. Puckett's has a history of just being more so Americana, country, so it's hard to get anyone in there.
But this, you're kind of trying to test shit out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
The Beer Park, man. I was in there earlier, and you had this funk band that was covering Stevie Wonder jams in there. So, my God, it was awesome. But that was the type of venue. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was outside. They were playing cornhole, drinking beer. So they could experiment, and they can do that.
Okay, right now I'm just gonna say it. So since this is you getting kind of back on your feet as far as doing your own thing, test it out, dude.
Yeah,
use this time, especially if he's super cool and patient.
Yeah,
test it out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like try a bunch of different stuff. Are you gonna do the singer-songwriter thing and then people playing every time, or?
I'm testing it out. I'm booking different people. Just trying to see what would be the best. Way for the sound guy, for y'all, for everybody to really kind of adapt to it. Like last weekend, I had Hayden Kaufman, JP Burr, and those guys. They were performing, and they killed the whole 2-hour round. Hayden got music for days, so he's all right.
And JP, he's gonna kill the guitar every time he touches it.
Drake Freeman was there. Shout out him and Jesse Black. Those guys are incredible. They're great.
Yeah,
but they were all there, and they killed the whole 2-hour round, so they were good to go. But yeah, since this is a period of me trying to get back on my feet, I'm really trying to just experiment with different
Rome wasn't built in a day, like you said.
That's exciting to see someone I'm ready to just try some stuff, and I have a venue to do so.
And shout out Dave for being that guy to help me out with the venue, because holy smokes, this guy,
I want to meet him.
He is incredible. If there were more hymns around Murfreesboro, we literally would be a mini
Make more Daves.
Make more Daves, but not for real, man. He literally is.
Next time when I meet him, I'm gonna be like, make more Daves.
His patience, his integrity, and his just desire to have a signature event like that is literally.
Does he just notice the potential?
Yes,
around here.
He is a potential type of guy. He literally is. If he sees the potential, he's sticking to it until the wheels fall off, until something for real.
Right.
And that's why the Sunday shows that he's been throwing are going incredible, in my opinion,
Yeah.
Because
they have trivia.
Oh,
I'm about some trivia.
Are you about some trivia?
I'm
Trivia's
about
before the shows.
Damn it,
Trivia's
let's play.
the show,
Pumper.
Actually. Yep.
Word. But I'm working.
You can't even find it.
God bless.
Dude, but I'm telling you, man, there's trivia right before the show.
Okay.
Provided by Brainiac. Shout out John. He usually runs that
Dude,
rodeo.
he's got a good voice for it too.
Yeah, he's great. John
I know you got him beat in the radio voice. But he's got a good trivia voice.
Nah, John is the man. He runs his own trivia over there. It's called Brainiac Trivia. He goes over there every Thursday night. I think it's from 7 to 9, around that time. But it's literally right before the music. So he and I kind of cross promote.
Have a whole evening.
Yeah, he and I cross promote. I'm actually gonna get him to email me his logo, and I'm gonna put out a grand flyer to either post up everywhere, to have him all over the city, to post up on Instagram, post up wherever. and have his logo on the bottom right, and I'll just talk to people about, there's trivia right before the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So come in, have some beers, killed in trivia, and if you win, have some more beers with a clean tab and listen to music. You know what I'm saying? Because apparently that's what they win is
no shit.
free tabs over there, which is dope.
That is dope.
That's nice. So whatever your tab is up until the end of trivia,
I think it's the next time they're in there, but they can count it for that night, I want to say. Don't quote me on that, I'm not sure.
Okay.
But that'd be a real good idea to retain people for sure.
I was just curious.
Yeah. But John,
I'm no good at trivia though. So.
But John, he's a great guy. He's always shouting out that they got music coming up. Shortly after the trivia goes in, he's been doing that. He and I, we just sat down during the show, y'all's show, Moose, actually.
Yeah.
And he and I just sat down, and we were just coming up with ways to just kind of be able to, just cross promote. Me being able to talk about how there's trivia, before, so I announced that anytime I post a flyer, like music will be, starting immediately following Brainiac trivia, every Thursday night, 7 to 11, da-da-da. And while in the midst of him talking about trivia and him putting out his flyers, but in the midst of him talking about trivia and during the actual trivia night, he says every now and then, don't forget to stick around after the show. We have live music coming up 9 to 11, da-da-da.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he does his thing.
Okay, so now I got a question for you.
What's up?
So is it just you and you're posting all this stuff on your Instagram, or is there another Instagram, another name for something that you're starting?
So, the Hop Springs, they have their own social media accounts, social media managers, so they're posting up as much as they can as well. Yep. The artists, obviously, they'll post up themselves.
Right.
They'll talk about the shows. Otherwise, usually I post up myself. Put it on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat.
No business name yet.
Yep, no business
Just doing
name
your thing.
Yeah. So for now, give everybody your handle so they can.
We'll put it in the bio.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So my Instagram, bear with me because I just switched them, but my Instagram is Rahsaan Robinson. That's my name, RAHSAAN ROBINSON _ at Instagram.com.
Damn, you need to get a hold of Rahsaan Robinson with no underscore.
I know, bro.
Good as username. He's so close.
Some jerk off has it. I'm like, who the hell's named Rahsaan Robinson around here that I ain't met? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, Instagram's gonna be Rahsaan Robinson _ that's Instagram for you. Twitter is gonna be Rahsaan _ 96. I was born 1996, so just rolled off that.
Swag.
Snapchat is also Snapchat's Rahsaan _ 89, and then Facebook just Rahsaan Robinson, pretty much. Yep.
Boom.
And anytime we throw a show, anytime I notice it, if you let's say you got Red, he's performing, he'll usually put all over social media that they got a show coming up at Hop Springs Beer Park, Puckett's in Murfreesboro. Whatever. Hopefully more shows to add for sure. But yeah.
So should people just message you if they're interested in playing?
Yeah, if anyone's ever interested in playing, if you know any of the artists that perform in the past, reach out to them. Get my information from them. If you for some reason need my number or something, get it from them. But otherwise, man, hit me up on social media, on all social media platforms. I do not bite. I'm always looking for new people.
You're a pretty nice guy.
These shows, I try my best. These shows are for y'all. You know what I'm saying? These shows are for Murfreesboro acts to be heard in their own cities. These shows are for Murfreesboro locals to come out and have a venue to come to. I know I hate driving to Nashville. I know y'all hate driving to Nashville.
Facts.
I'd rather get drunk in my own city and Uber home. I don't want to buy
cheaper.
It'd be a lot cheaper, But these shows are for y'all. You know what I'm saying? These shows are for the artists to have an area that they're comfortable to perform in. These shows are for the locals to have an area to come in, have some beer, have some food, be able to enjoy somewhere, and they're right around the corner from their house. These shows are for the community. So I'm not going to be stingy, whatever. Holler at me, man. I don't bite. We'll figure something out.
You get 2 free beers if you play at Hop Springs.
3, actually.
3? They up it?
They upped it. They just upped it. Yeah,
bruh.
They just upped it.
Hey, they got some. Strong beers.
The main breweries that come out of Hop Springs Beer Park, because Hop Springs is a beer park, right? They do brew their own stuff. However, Hop Springs consists of Steel Barrel, Mantra, and Humulus Project, and they have a lot of great IPAs, darker beers, red ales. One of my favorites is the RIP. That is great. Yeah, the RIP. That really spicy ass beer that I had.
Spicy?
Yeah, it is spicy as hell.
Okay, I'll pass on that.
I love
it because I can't do it.
Dude, it is fire, man. It is great. But yeah,
they do have some good beer.
Yep, a lot of great food. Their food truck actually just came in, so now they're serving food over there. They had a real dope fish and chips special going on. Catfish, fries, coleslaw, really good to go. A lot of street taco-esque food going on. They have street tacos, quesadilla.
Do they change up the menu?
pretzels. Yeah, they change it up all the time depending on what's going on. Yeah, man.
Dude,
so
that's lit.
Yeah,
I already like the place more now.
Dude,
I've already been there.
Y'all, remember this name, Hop Springs Beer Park. That's going to be the spot in Murfreesboro
I
this
like
summer.
that, Beer Park.
Yep, Beer Park. It is literally the country club of breweries, in my opinion. Man.
That's awesome.
This is going to be the spot this summer. We're throwing shows there every Thursday night, so y'all definitely get in there. But yeah, that's what we got going on over there, man, for sure.
That's dope.
More shows hopefully coming along. I'm always running around trying to find spots that are willing to play ball. If y'all know anybody that wants to get live music going off on the ground but really don't know how to necessarily go about it, give your boy a call. I'm definitely this is something I'm very passionate about.
Rahsaan's the man to facilitate that.
I am trying my best. That's for sure, man.
Like I said, we'll put your handle in the bio and make sure we give you a short bio and let everybody know what's going on. You know what I mean? And if they want to get a hold of you to hit you up, that'd be the easiest thing. DM on Instagram or something. Yep.
Definitely my easiest would definitely be Instagram for sure.
Okay.
And if you absolutely need to get my number, if you know any of these guys personally, or if you know any of the artists that ever perform at any of the shows consistently, hit one of them up. They'll easily give you my information and shoot me a text, man. And I'm definitely easiest way to go. I'm not fucking P Diddy or nothing. You can reach me. You know what I'm saying?
You're pretty chill.
You can reach me. Just text me. Who you are. Try and attach some of your music, or if you have any Instagram handles, have any covers or anything, good to go. But if you're an MTSU student, I already trust you. You know what I'm saying? So we're good to go.
Pretty much. Speaking of knowing the artist, so introduce us to the next song that we're gonna play, which was your choice of local artists.
Gold Rock Johnson.
So introduce us to this song today. So give it a little intro. I'm gonna load it up on the deck.
Okay, absolutely. So we got "She's a Peach" by Gold Rock Johnson about to come on.
Thanks again,
y'all.
dude, for coming.
Dude, thank y'all for having me.
Sorry I just
man.
interrupted that.
No, you're fine, dude.
We
Thank
appreciate
y'all.
you coming in.
Dude, I've been wanting to hop on this for a minute. I've been seeing y'all with y'all success. Man, I've been.
What I'm saying.
Man, I'm telling y'all, man. I've had such a blast coming up here. I knew I was gonna. As soon as y'all started this, I was like, man, I can't wait to hop on this for sure. But yeah, definitely, man. Ready for the next song for sure.
Sorry, I won't interrupt you.
No, you're good, man. So you got "She's a Peach" coming on by Gold Rock Johnson. My buddy Evan Dunn is headlining that band. Real great people. I've known Evan for years. We were SOAs together back in college. When he started this band, I knew it was going to be successful. They are actually performing at Puckett's very, very soon. I want to say it's going to be in the next couple weeks or so, so y'all definitely check them out. They'll also be at Hop Springs Brewery. Give me 20 seconds to pull it up on my notes right here. So you got Hop Springs. You got Hop Springs. They're coming up in Hop Springs April 11 from 10 to 11. Gold Rock Johnson. Then you got at Music Mondays. They will be up here very, very soon, April 15th. Definitely come check that out. They're going to rock the absolute house, all right? Thank y'all so much for having me once again. Dusty Moose,
of course,
y'all the best for sure.
And this has been
Little Wrist Big Fit. Yeah.
She's so well refined, one of an intricate and brilliant kind. But she's 1,000,000 other reasons why I gave her all of my time. Say she don't play no games, she'd be first one to claim that she believes in me, and every other mother lover lives up to our names. So do I. Well, do I. She put a lock on me. She smiled and swallowed the key. But she's a peach, so sweet. Good God, I'm dying to eat you up, honey. Spend my days daydreaming about a silhouette, wishing just for one more time. Spend my nights sneaking round.